Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is Christy. I am back for our part two. I don't know how many parts we're going to do. Probably 3 or 4, but I'm back for part 2 of our B series. If you come on and you see a red button up there that says live, say hi. Tell me where you're from. If not, you are probably watching the replay. Go ahead and leave a comment and sprinkle. If you love the craft. So we are doing another part of our B series. I know I've been working with corks lately and I've been on a cork kick. I've got another little fun animal that we're going to do later on in the week. But tonight we're just going to kind of paint and hang out, and we're going to make a little bee hanger. So I did get some of this started already. So hi, welcome. I did get some of it started already just for time's sake because it's a lot of painting. But we're going to make a little bee hanger. We are going to be using these little wood rounds that you get from, these came from Walmart. They now have like a dollar section, sort of like Target, although I prefer Target more. But these were actually, I think, on clearance. So what you want to do is sand this down as best you can. Hi Sharon. What you want to do is sand this down as best you can, and I actually put 2 coats of black on my hanger. So I used chalk paint, so we're just doing the black background, and I am going to be painting this. I actually found at Walmart too. This is a pre-cut shaped, it's a really cute one, and it's going to be perfect size for this. Now, a little trick I will teach you guys, because I only had this evening, I was looking through my paints, and I only had the bright paint. Hi Sharon! I only had the bright paint, the bright yellow, and I didn't want to do bright yellow on the whole thing because I wanted to look a little different. So what I did was I actually took a little bit of my bright yellow, a little bit of this peach, and a little bit of this brown, and I made it more of like a golden brown color, and I put it in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's the color we're going to be painting just the hive, and then we're going to be painting the bees. So I'm hoping this dries fairly quickly. In the meantime, you all can talk to me and hang out. I am going to get my, should have got my paintbrushes out, but that's okay. We'll paint the bees later, so let me get a couple paintbrushes out for that one. Now I'm probably going to use some bright yellow on the actual bee, so we'll see what happens. All right. Hi. Okay, so are you guys liking the bee theme? Because I know a lot of people are very into the bee theme right now, so that's what we're going to be doing. This is actually almost dry, and I actually have really cute ribbon that we're gonna put on the top, glue on the top. So we're just gonna hang out. So basically the way, yeah, I kind of like the way it's going on. So you got to be really careful when you're painting these pre-cut rounds when you have like 2 dimensionals like this, because you could easily get it on that piece, and you could easily paint over it. It's okay, like I just did. Whew, there we go. I'm so impatient. I have to learn patience. When it comes to crafting, I am always leaving patience. So we're just gonna, do you guys like that color? Please tell me if you like that color. Yes. We're gonna make it a little bit more golden for honey. So speaking of honey and bees, I have got to tell you guys, I don't think I've mentioned this yet because it's not till later on in the year, but Sharon and I are going to be at the Honeybee Festival in Hybrid, Georgia. I have to say that. I can't wait for my shirt. I have a bee shirt coming my way, which I'm gonna wear on one of these lives here. I have to make sure I wait for the craft. I'm always trying to whip up crafts and get them published for you guys. Like I said, I'm very, very impatient sometimes. but I have a bee shirt coming my way that's going to be super cute. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank you. Back to what I was saying, in October, Sharon and I are going to be at the Honeybee Festival in Hahira, Georgia. Yes, we are actually going to Georgia, and we are going to be setting up a booth. She went to this last year, and she was all about it, because Sharon does like to do all of the craft shows with me, usually. Or she does a few more by herself, actually, but she does do a lot of this. She does a lot of sewing. And obviously you guys have seen our booths and everything. I can't wait either. So she's on right now. We still have to figure out the hotel, which will be very, very soon, because I gotta make sure we have a place to sleep at night. But we're gonna be driving up there on Friday, and we're gonna be setting up really early Saturday morning, and then coming back Sunday. So it's actually her birthday that day. So it just happened to fall on her birthday this year. But that's okay. We're going to celebrate that night. I don't know what we're going to be doing, but hopefully we'll be making some money at the festival. But yeah, we're very excited about that. Just the theme alone, since it's so in right now, and everybody's doing the bee fest, bee everywhere. It's going to be bee. That's not me joking. It's going to be a good little festival. I can't wait to go. And I love to travel. So Rob doesn't do a lot of traveling. So I get to travel, and I like that. So basically we're just putting on, I don't know, I might just do one coat, you guys. Just to kind of, I'm trying to put it on a little thick though. So this color turned out really good, didn't it? I used a little bit more yellow, so you have to play with the paints. Just because you don't have a specific color, think about what you learned in elementary school when you guys were given, like, what was it, a red and a blue and a yellow crayon or something like that? Or a blue, yellow, and red, and we had to make all these colors. Think about it that way. Think about the hues in the paint and what you can turn it into. That's what I think about. I might do a second coat. We'll see what happens. Oh, I hope so too, Sharon. I hope we make lots of money. So I've been trying to collect some things here and there for that specific show. I know this weekend is going to be our Art in the Park, and I posted that. So if you are local, you can definitely come out. It'll be a nice day. Our weather cooled down for the last few days, so I'm hoping it's going to be nice and not like 80 degrees. So that is what I'm hoping for. All right, we are almost done. I got to hold this in another direction because my hand was in the way. But yes, we are excited for that. We're going to be doing this with another friend of ours, Gail. I don't know if Gail is on. I know she's one of my followers. She does the knitting and cute little creatures. So if you're looking for any like crochet characters, my daughter actually bought one. She absolutely loves hers. She bought a little cockatoo from her, but she has all kinds of gnomes. Gnomes and bees are very in right now. So we actually have specific bee gnomes because, why not mix the two favorites? I'm just going to go over a few more spots here. And then I think I'm going to start the ribbon, the bow, while this is drying, because I think I might give it another coat. The hard part is not holding it. I like to hold my work. I actually messed up a little bit, but that's okay. Paint will cover it. Another thing is too, I got my paint prepared before I came online. These are, I guess these are for paints, but sometimes they're bead holders. But what I like about this is it doesn't hold forever, but if you want to mix paint, these are really good to mix with. And so you can save the paint, keep it wet and fresh when you're working on especially a bigger project or a more intricate project. you could actually use this to put your paints in and cover it so it stays covered and wet. So there's a nice little tip for you. I'm gonna clean my brush just because I am really bad at cleaning my brushes. I've mentioned this plenty of times. You guys know me. And I just bought this new set, so now you guys know what to get me for Christmas. All right, so in case you want to know the colors, I just used a little tiny bit of this brown. This is Territorial Beige. That's an odd name. The bright yellow, and this is Coral, but it looks like a peach color, if you guys can see that. All right. I'm trying to drink water so I can stay out of the doctor's office. All right, so we're gonna kind of leave this little guy. It'll be fine there. But isn't this gonna be cute with the black? Do you guys love? Do you guys love? I love it. I can't wait. I didn't do one yet. I'm doing it with you guys. So we'll see what happens. So now we're gonna make a bow. And I think we're just gonna do a cute little scrappy bow. And I actually might do, because this is fairly big, I'm thinking I was gonna do 2 on each side. What do you guys think? I think I should do 2 on each side. There's not gonna be a whole lot of room without covering the bee. Gail is on. Hi, Gail. I was just talking about you and your gnomes and where we're gonna be this weekend. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 little scrappy bows on the end. So I got this at Sam's and I was super excited. It's 2.5 inches wide and it's 50 yards. I'm gonna have bee ribbon for days. If anybody wants a little bit, let me know. I'll get you some out because I have plenty, trust me. And look, I didn't even open the darn thing yet. I was just waiting and waiting and waiting for the right project because I saw this, like, I don't know, before Easter, and I was like in Sam's and I was like, I see bee ribbon. I need the bee ribbon for the bee festival. I will probably do a few wreaths for the bee festival with the bee fabric because why not? I hope we're not, I don't think we'll be the only one with bee things, but I hope other people have other things at the bee festival. Otherwise, we're all gonna have the same shit. Oh my God, I know. They definitely did not want you to steal this. Okay, there we go. Hi Gail, you see what I'm making? All right. So by the time we scrunch it down, you will still see a little bit. Now, I also got this honeycomb. This was at Dollar Tree. Not as much, only 9 feet. And if we have, you know, I always wanted to do this. I feel like there's really not 9 feet on here. I've always wanted to unroll it and actually measure it and see what it really is, because I feel like they lie. It never looks like it's 9 feet. I don't know. And then my polka dot ribbon. I think the polka dot ribbon black and white would look cute. So that's what we're gonna do. And I think I'm gonna do 2, but I don't wanna make them too big. So I think we're gonna do, this will be our, I don't have the best scissors today, but that's okay. We're gonna do 2 just like this. And you wanna measure out so you don't waste your ribbon. You want to measure out about the same size so they look even on both sides. Just like that. So 2 there. We're going to do 2 of this, but we're going to do a little bit lighter. Or, I'm sorry, not lighter. We're going to do a little bit shorter so that you can see the bees. So I'm going to say probably about 2.5 inches, maybe 3. Do another one just like that, and you can eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but don't just go cutting up the ribbon. You do see, ooh, I am excited about this weekend. We even got a little plan on how we're gonna do our booth, and it's gonna have flow, and I love it. I love it. I'm gonna do 2 honeycombs because they are they look pretty thin compared to this. So I think I'm gonna do 2 on each. Because it is honeycomb. The bees need their honeycomb. Okay, and then one more. Yeah, I do not have the best scissors, so I'm probably gonna have to fix that at the end. That's okay. Once we get it on, we'll measure it out and we'll get them a little shorter or measure it out better. Okay. Who wants fabric? I mean, who wants some ribbon? I got some ribbon. All right. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick too on the end. If you bend your ribbon and the part that doesn't have the opening, if you see what I'm doing, you just actually not bend it, but you fold it in half. That's the proper language. When you have the opening, if you take the opposite side and you go like this, then you get a nice little edge like that. And it's just more, there's more character. Yes, we are gonna have a lot of product. Oh my gosh, with all 3 of us, I'm borrowing Rob's truck. He already knows this. I told him, I said, I need to borrow your truck. I'm not gonna try to take everything in the Kona because I am bringing my display too, so. All right. I am thankful I have a Kona though. If I had that little other Elantra, I wouldn't have fit anything in my car. Hopefully he'll help with setup too. Gail, you gotta get your gallon jugs. Did you get your gallon jugs? A lot of times they ask us at the craft shows to make sure that we have weights on our tents because you don't want it flying. Like last time, I didn't tell you guys that story. So Sharon, should I tell them the story? So basically we were putting away our stuff. This was the last event that we had. And I thought we put, you better go get them. I thought we put the weights on and I wasn't really thinking about it. And we're taking, we're putting our stuff away. It's hot. We're tired. We've been out there in the sun all day. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, Sharon, because the wind whipped up and our tent was kind of like by the edge of the street, edge of the road. And if you know St. Pete Seminole area, this is Seminole Boulevard. It was crazy. All Sharon was just putting her stuff away, and then I just see this tent go flying into the road. Luckily, there was like no one coming, and like we had 2 hero guys just run out to the road and grab it. But it was funny, but it was terrible at the same time. So that is why you always need weights, because oh my God, all of a sudden like Sharon hears me go, Sharon, like I couldn't move. It was hilarious. It was hilarious, but it could be dangerous. So it was nuts. But anyways, so I think, oh, this is gonna be cute. I might chop this down a little bit more, but we'll see. I think I am gonna chop it down a little bit more. I'm gonna chop this end because the bee isn't showing. We're cutting up the bees, Okay. So now we have our scrap ribbon for when we're done, and I'm probably gonna use jute to put that together, so we'll see. All right, so let's get this baby back out. Now, I am going to use Apple Bear Black Paint, and I think what we're gonna do, I think I'm gonna make the wings black. And this is the part that's a little bit tricky because you have to make sure you kind of draw it in the same line. And you know what? I'm gonna teach you guys a trick too. You can always take a pencil if you're going to do like that. I hope you guys can see this. If you don't want to see the comments, you can always click the arrow button down. It's to the left on most phones. You could always draw yourself like a little guideline so that you know where to stay, because you want to know where your paintbrush is starting and ending. So All right, so I'm gonna paint this black. I hope you guys like my tips and tricks. I am not the best at everything, but I go off of my experiences as well. So hopefully that's okay for you guys. All right, so we're gonna try to stay in the line as best we can. I know you guys can't really see this part, but I'll try to stay it. And I'm blind, so these are coming off to see up close. I'm nearsighted. Anybody else nearsighted? I don't like being nearsighted. At least if I did have to wear glasses for reading, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd read at work, but for things up close, I think I'd rather read. I think I'd rather have glasses when I see up close and be able to see far away and not wear glasses, but that's all right. What can you do? That part's not changing. And I just used a very, very thin paintbrush, and I'm just gonna basically outline it for now. And then I'll probably use a bigger paintbrush to do the black inside. I know this part is boring, guys. Isn't that story funny though? Oh my gosh. You had to be there. And these poor nice people, we didn't even know them. They're like running in the road to get our tent. It was like a little parachute, just it was so funny. I had to laugh a little bit. All right, I'm just gonna do the antenna black. So I'm just drawing a little line and just painting the antenna. You guys know what bees look like. And if you don't, I could send you some ribbon and you can have yourself some ribbon and know what a bee looks like. It seems to have been the craze for the last few years, but it really started getting popular this year. Sharon makes, she sells a lot of the bowl cozies. She sells a lot of bees because a lot of people have bees. There's a bunch of merchandise out too. I see a lot of it at Target, Marshall's, all those places like that. All right, see, that's what we did so far. Oh, that's not good. Please hold. I got a little paint on my finger. I didn't want to wipe it on anything because then I'd have to paint this thing over and we'd be here all night. In my parenting class in high school, I was taught never dip your brush past where the bristles are and the metal starts. Hi Christina, thanks for joining me. We're making bees. This is our bee lives. So I'm making a little door hanger. So we're just chit-chatting right now. I was just telling everybody a funny story about how my tent flew in the street at the last bit of the craft show, and it went up like a thanks. It went up like a parachute on Seminole Boulevard. You know where Seminole Boulevard is. It was crazy. It was funny though. It wasn't funny, but it was. It was one of those like, what are you gonna do but laugh? Nobody got hurt, so that's all that mattered. Yes, so as far as the dipping your paintbrush down in there, I try not to. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Yes, yes, that happened to me earlier this month. It was insane, girl. I just saw it go up like a parachute, and then these two strangers just ran into the road to get it. Only my luck, only my luck. So I was just telling them, our other people, so if you're just joining me, I did make a golden color yellow from a bright yellow, a peach, and a brown, and I mixed all of it together because this is all I have. So I mixed the two together so we get that golden yellow, and I was actually quite happy with it. So you'll have to watch the replay to see all the steps. Yes, I'm trying not to get, I don't think I did it with this paintbrush, but I know I have in the past. And sometimes I clean the paintbrush off with a baby wipe at first just to get the excess off. Baby wipes are for like everything, guys. I don't even know if you even know the trick, but I use baby wipes all the time for everything. I think I left mine upstairs because I was using them today, but I do have paper towels, so there's that. I don't know if it's just like my brush doesn't want to catch paint. There it goes. I was like, it's not painting anything. This is going to be really cute at the end. I promise you guys. So Christina, are you still on here? How's the weather? Did you get any snow this week? I know some areas got some snow again, which is crazy. I'm so sorry I missed you when you were here. That's my friend from high school. We just had a reunion. Are you coming down again this summer? Please tell me you are. We got to get together. You know, Jess is always coming here in July. We always have our little, like, family reunion. Well, high school reunion, just like with the few friends that we have left that we still talk to. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fill in my stripes, and then we'll go over it with that. For a while, okay, you'll have to text me and tell me when so I can, I work overtime in the ER sometimes, and I don't want to work when you're in town. My friend kind of came at the last minute, and I felt so bad because I was working like 2 nights that she was here out of like the 3 nights she, or the 4 nights she was here, so I only got to see her half the time. I have to give them my schedule like a month in advance, and I still didn't give them the schedule yet for May, so I've got to work on that. It's not going to be a lot of seasons, guys, for a lot of more craft shows. Okay, cool. It's not going to be a lot of seasons for the craft shows, not for Florida anyway, because it's so hot, unless they're inside. So you'll probably see a little bit less of me advertising the shows. I am going to still do art shows though. So I'm working on my Star Wars piece right now. It's in the very beginning stages. All right, so I'm going to put one more stripe on this guy. And this is the part that's just very, very intricate. It might take a little while, but if you guys want to hang out, that's cool. You can talk to each other too. All right. Christine, are you still a teacher? Or did you move on to the other stuff? I think that's so cool that you're a teacher. I knew you were going to be a teacher. You were always very good and smart. I know. All right, so I'm trying to make a little bottom to this guy. So did you guys see my video on the Do You Like the Ladybugs? I know you guys saw Still Teacher Consultant, but I got info school for it. Oh, cool! I know, I'm very excited for you. That's going to be an awesome move. That's going to be an awesome move. And you deserve it because you work really hard. So if you guys saw my tutorial, I did, you know, I tried to make a very fun, I tried to make a very fun video for the tutorial, and I was on Canva today, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was probably on there, you know, in between my regular job with my calls. I was, hi, welcome, we're making bee things. I was probably on there for about 4 hours today trying to figure out videos. And I was done. I was so frustrated. I finally just shortened my video and talked about it on a reel, and that's what we got. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys get it. If you have any questions, just comment. I'll get back with you. But that was just another rendition of like the little cork bees. So I've been working with corks lately. I don't know why. I'm just on this cork kick. But I'm going to be making another thing specifically for the show in the next couple days. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys will think he's cute. Sharon actually got to see who it was. She got to see what it is, I should say. She said they were really cute. So she talked me into making more. So I'll be making more. You probably hear my dogs. They probably see somebody outside. They're so silly. And you don't have to be perfect at painting. Here's the thing with these. Like, it's something that you made. If you make a mistake, it's okay. You can paint over it. Especially with acrylics. Acrylics are very, very, very forgiving. Very forgiving. And since I'm talking and painting at the same time and kind of trying to rush, I mean, mine's not going to be perfect either. It's not like I've had 3 hours to work on it. So. And I still didn't get black underneath my paintbrush. So, I work at the ER tomorrow, so I needed to get on tonight. I'm going to try to get on Friday night. So, we'll see what happens. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a little bit bigger paintbrush. I have to be careful because my glue gun is in, and I've already burnt myself once today. I thought I already had a paintbrush out. Let's see what I need. I need a better one. Okay. You staying with me, guys? Alright, so I just used that little detailed brush for the little detail work. Now I'm just going to take this paintbrush and go and make the color inside the wings. And I will tell you another tip. Definitely just don't put way too much paint. Always dip inside for more if you need more paint. You don't necessarily need to put a whole glob on. A lot of times a little goes a long way, especially with acrylic. It is very forgiving. Like, I just put a tiny little bit and I already filled up that wing. All right. And I'm already putting some on this one without even putting any more on. And nobody says you have to go like this the wide way. You can go like this. A lot of people they forget about the basic stuff. You don't necessarily always need to use stuff for what it's meant for. Find other purposes. That's one thing. Find other purposes for things. All right. That wing is done. We're going to do this one and then the other one. The paintbrush tips is to help them last longer. Yes. Although, when somebody does this and leaves them and doesn't dip them in the water, like me, that won't make them last very long either. But I'm trying to get out of that habit. I know it's a very, very bad habit. I figured this would be a little bit less time to paint, but I guess not. So maybe next time. Do you guys want me to paint these with you online, or do you want me to have them pre-made and just put it together? I kind of like the chit chat. I don't know. You tell me. I will cater to you. And then I love when you guys give me more tips about the paintbrushes and all that. We're here to share and inspire. That's what we're here for. No complaining, no bashing, just helping each other out and inspiring each other. That's all we're about. All right, so if you guys are interested in the art in the park, I did that when I was little. Oh gosh, that's so funny. My mom said I did this when I was little. Yep, that's what I agree with. All right, we'll let this dry a little bit and then we'll work on our ribbon. At least we have something to do in the meantime. Hey, look, it's going in the water. All right, so I think I'm gonna get, do I have my jute? I don't have my jute, but I have jute in here that I will use. Guys, look what I found at Dollar Tree. Oh, I don't get to show you very much. I found little seahorses. We're gonna do something with these, and I already kind of pre-made something already, but I didn't show it yet. Are you saying yay because I put it in there? Yeah, I know. I'm bad at it. Now, there's a couple ways you could do this. You could wrap it all together. But I don't know. For me, I like the scrappy bows because then you can give them some volume. So technically, you could put 2 ribbons there, but we're just going to use the one because I don't want to make it too heavy because that's just a little hanger. All right, so I'm going to do crisscross, and you could put a little glue. I wouldn't even put hot glue, maybe just some regular tacky glue to hold it in place. But basically, we're just going to scrunch it up, put our twine or jute or another piece of ribbon, whatever you have. Some people actually use paper clips. I've seen them before. It's kind of strange, but it works. I'm not sure how to do it, and I'm not that skilled, so I'm not trying that. And then just pull it tight. I didn't leave myself very much room with this one, but that's okay. Double knot's fine. And there is our scrappy bow. I think I will, I don't know where my jute is. I think I'll try to find the jute, and then I'll actually tie it on that way. But we'll probably make these a little bit shorter. But there's our first bow. See our bow? Isn't it cute? See, you can see the bees still, right? You can see them back there. I wanted to do something else besides just the bee ribbon. It's gotta have some character. It's gotta be fun. Okay, I'm gonna do it with this one now. Try to measure this out a little better. So criss, cross, criss, cross. And then we'll do the fun little end on it later. All right, so now we just squish it together, just pinch, pinch, pinch. I know a lot of people have their own ways of making bows, so you can use whatever you want or do it however you want. These are just the ones that I prefer because they're fun. Once you got that all tied up, tie it nice and tight. Make sure it's even. You can always cut it too. And then tie it again. I do triple tie just in case. Before I do triple tie, I'm gonna make sure it's even. There you go. There we go. Perfect. I think this project was about, because these were $2.50. These were on sale for $2.50, guys. The 2 of them together. The bees were, this particular one I think was like $1.50. So it's $1.25 and $1.50. What is that? $3.75 plus a little bit of your ribbon. So it's like $4 maybe. It's very, very cheap. Very, very affordable. I like to share affordable crafts too. Most of my stuff comes from Dollar Tree because I'm cheap. Okay. So there's our other bow. So that'll be waiting for us. All right. I did have these, which I got from Dollar Tree. This is kind of funny. This is what you were talking about the other night, Sharon. Sort of. It's not the same thing, but it's the same concept. So I have that. Maybe that's how we'll tie it on. I don't know. We'll look at it at the end and see how it looks. Because that stuff was $1. I don't care about that. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do bright yellow for the actual bee. I'm going to get my other thin paintbrush that I have right here, because now we're going to be working inside the lines, and it's hard to work with black. It's about dry, and my other yellow's drying out, so I'm going to open up a new one. If you are a newbie with crafting, they have little painter starter kits at Michael's. I believe you can use your coupon on them. Craft Smart is the brand that Michael's has, and they usually come in like a 6-pack, an 8-pack, a 12-pack. They have a huge pack too, I think for like $30. But in any case, these particular ones are really cheap. They're under $1 each usually. I haven't been lately, so I don't know if the price went up like everything else, but we'll see. Oh, you guys, the bright yellow against this looks so good. Hold on, let me get it in there a little bit better. It doesn't contrast so much. See it? Oh, I love it. I'm so glad I mixed up that other paint so it didn't go the same color, because then it would kind of drown it out. Now, if I was critiquing myself, I'd probably get into the grooves a little bit more, but for time's sake and because you guys are so patient on my live today, and I appreciate it, we're gonna not get into all of it. I can always fix it later. Okay. Woo, this is so cute, you guys. I'm excited. I didn't really know what we were gonna do today, and then I was like, you know what? I need to get on the live and I need to do something, because I'm tired of complaining about me not doing enough. So I am growing my page. So if you'd be so kind as to sprinkle this video, I might even do a little reel at the end so you can sprinkle that. I am doing a giveaway at the end of the week, probably Friday. I'm going to pull somebody that sprinkles the videos that I'm posting, and you will win prizes. I have 2 cool prizes. One of them is bee themed. So I've got their little dish towels, and then if you sprinkle a video, I have the cup, or a set of cups actually. There's 2 in here. Coffee to go, tea, whatever. Those are 2 different prizes. And if you live out of state, I don't care. I can send them to you. It's not a problem. And then let me know if you want some bee ribbon, because I can send you some of that too. I pretty much have enough for a lifetime. The ribbon is really cute, guys. Also, if you have grandkids, you can actually just make little bows, just like we did here, but you could turn them into hair bows. I would just make them a little thicker, or maybe use a little bit of burlap behind it. See, once I get going, all the ideas keep coming. All right, just a few more stripes, guys, and then we'll be done with this. Oops. I started to get excited and I messed up. Leftover skewers. It's good to remove excess paint. All right. one more after this, and then we'll be done. You guys are quiet on me. Yes, yes. I saw yes. I don't know what that yes laugh out loud was. I'm sorry. I missed that one. All right. There we go. You know, I'm very surprised I was gonna wear some like bee antennas tonight, but I don't have any. And I'm very surprised I don't, because I have all kinds of costumes. But I will be wearing my shirt. Okay. Putting that in the water. You guys are my witness. There we go. We're done with this. We're done with this. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you love it? Do you love it? Okay. Now comes our handy dandy glue gun. What we're going to do is line it up where we want to have it. And pretty much there's not a, oops, sorry people, there's paint. I got some paint on me. There's some paint at the back from when I was painting this black. So let me get a white because my hands are all black. And I don't want to mess up our project. You're surprised? What are you surprised about? What are you surprised about? I want to know what you're surprised about. I forgot what I said. All right. And I will show you the back. So as you can see, I got some on the back. So I'll wipe that off real quick. All right. So we probably will take this off because, well, no, because we can always leave it as a stand like that. Should I take it off or leave it on? I don't know. You guys let me know. I won't take it off yet. We'll put it together first and see how it looks. Ooh, I'm a mess. Okay. That you don't have the bee ears. Oh, yes. Okay, that's what you're surprised about. Yes, I'm surprised I don't have that either. Oh, yeah, I know. It's a bummer. Okay. So when you do this, when you glue wood, it's very tricky, especially when you paint. So once you glue it, it's down. So I would just kind of eyeball it to see where you want it first. And then I would just put a little bit under and then put it down so that you know where you're going to put it. That's kind of the trick to it. Because this is almost the perfect size. Let me just line it up. There we go. All right. So I'm going to put a little kind of on each honeycomb. And then gravity's not helping me, of course. All right. Stay. All right, there we go. There's a few strings, but that's okay. There is a little bit of glue that came out the corner, but we're gonna grab it. That way you don't see it. Grab it while it's wet. Otherwise you'll take some paint with you. You still might take a little paint with you, but that can be fixed. I messed up a little bit on the end, but that's okay. There we go. This is what we made. Okay, now if you want to get really, because the bee wing does kind of go over here, so we can maybe tuck that ribbon in behind the bee. So we might do that. So let's see what we come up with. Let me see if this is going to, see, they are fairly big. Maybe if we just do the one. See, I wanted to do this with you guys, so you guys can give me your opinions on what you like. So we could cut it, and make them smaller. You want me to leave it on the back. Okay. I think I will. That way it can stand up. But you don't have to necessarily, not everybody has some place to hang things, but they have counter space. Should I do one on the side like that and maybe dress it up a little bit? Or should I do the two? What do you guys think? I think the two's a little too much, even if I do cut it down. I kind of like the side now that I'm looking at it. Let me see. We could, no, that might be a little big. What do you guys think? You like just the one? So just the one on that side? All right, which one's the better looking bow? Now we got to decide that. I like this one because the bee's showing. Okay, you know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to try something. I hate these scissors. I think these were my kitchen scissors, and the kids and the adults messed them up. So I kind of like the side too, you guys. I kind of don't want to glue it. We could glue it. We could tie it. Just 1, 2. Odd numbers are best. Okay, we're doing 1. That's what I decided to. Everybody voted. We all voted the same. Okay. I kind of don't want to glue it. So let me just tie it in one spot. And I'm going to see how this stuff looks. Maybe. See, every crafter has probably got the same problem. Haha, look at me. I'm going to get smart about this. So I kind of like this. It's cute. I don't know if it's going to work though. That's why I'm just going to tie it. I'm not gluing anything for now. That is always even for cards. Yeah. It is. But I really like it with the 1, I think. Okay, this isn't working like I thought it was going to. So no worries on that. We'll take that away. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take another piece of this. Normally you would use jute, but I think it's in my other craft area by my desk, so I'm not going to do that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tie it really tight at the end, and then we'll fix the bow. Because this thing is just giving me a hard time now. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. All right. Come on, honey. Get on there. Get it, honey. Ha, ha, ha. I'm so funny tonight. Why do you want to bend over like that? Okay, guys. You know what? I'm going to get frustrated in a second. This is what I mean by I have no patience. All right. This is what we're going to do. We are going to put a tiny bit of glue on the end and just kind of sit it there. That's what we're going to do. We could always, because I'm going to put it on the side so it's not going to mess up the paint. I'm just kind of going to tap it down for a second. Just to kind of hold it in place. Wings would be cute with glitter. Oh, I have glitter. Oh, I have glitter. I have glitter glue, but I've just done it where I just throw it on top. And it dries clear. It's not really orange. Yes, good idea, Gail. Let's do glitter on it. Okay. All right. How's that look? I can't see because of your comments, but okay. That's a little better. It's still not really holding, but it's just until I can get some jute and put it back. So now this is what I meant by putting the little bee wing underneath the ribbon. I think it's the wrong angle. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're going to do the glitter. We're going to do the glitter. The glue doesn't want to hold, but that's okay. I will take a picture when it's all done. We're going to just keep going because we're not going to stay here all day and do this. I'm probably just going to go ahead and glue it to the jute, which I should have thought about to begin with, but let's just do that. Stay. I talk to my glue gun like it's a dog. Stay. My cord is way back here. My cord is way back here. And I try to move my table back. I need to get a better electrical system in here. Because I got my blow dryer going. I got my phone charging. Which I'm surprised is not dead yet. Because I swear... I got on the phone and I got on the live and it was like 25% and I'm like, God, I hope you survive. I worked a lot today with my phone making those videos. Okay, Gail, we're gonna do it. Thank you for your suggestion. Let's see if I have anything. If I have anything to put this on. I have sponges. Now, normally, if I was doing this for myself, or if you, yes, I know I need a power strip. Desperately need a power strip. They all either got borrowed or thrown in the Christmas boxes. You know how it goes. I know you know how it goes. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a sponge. I'm going to just put a little bit of the glue this is glue, but it's not technically glue. It's very bad holding glue. So it works more like a paint. I'm just going to use my sponge. Oh, it looks so cute. And I'm just going to dab that on the wing. And I probably put a little too much, but that's okay. Can't have too much glitter. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to use the excess and put it up here too. All right. One little dab. I'm just going to put it right on the sponge. When it dries, I actually might do another coat, but that works. Try not to get it on your hive. So now the bees are popping, and now that's staying. Now, because I actually attached it to the jute. So whether you hang it or you attach it, but it looks fine. Okay. Now I'm going to do my cutesy ends on the ribbon, because that's what I showed you guys. So you fold your ribbon the long way, and the side that doesn't go together, the side that's already on the fold, you're going to cut it. Hold on one second, people. Scissors were driving me crazy. And now they'll come out even, hopefully. Also, sometimes ribbon isn't always the best at fraying, or it does fray. So use your best judgment with it. Oh, so cute, so cute, so cute. I love it, guys. I don't know if you do, but I do. I don't know where I'm going to put this thing. I'm going to find a place for it, though. I can tell you that. You know, I need to start doing that. Or I just need to go to Dollar General and get myself a power strip. I thought we had an extra one around here because my grandma had one, but I think Brandon has it now. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys! I'm gonna fix this straight. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys! And look at this! I gotta peel off that. It's got a little glitter everywhere. What do you guys think of this? There it is! There it is, there it is. You can hang it. Nail clippers there. Oh yeah.